I have never seen so many of these things in a film before. They were just everywhere. Nope is starring Daniel Kaluuya, who was also the lead in Jordan Peele's Get Out, and it's also starring Keke Palmer as his sister Emerald. Daniel Kaluuya's character is named O.J. Haywood, and he and Emerald together are descendants of this iconic African American jockey. This African American jockey was the first person to ride a horse on film, so he was the first movie star in a way. And as a result, they have this Hollywood horse business and they go around and promote it and they live on a ranch and things like that. There's lots of instances of the horses acting strangely. Why are they behaving like this? They've never behaved like this before. This movie uses a lot of moments like that, like, horses behaving strangely or whatever, to build up atmosphere, because we know from the very beginning that something very strange is going on. In fact, we know it because of one of the most intriguing opening shots I've seen in any movie ever. And I wish the rest of this movie had lived up to this opening, because this opening was so good. Okay, so I'm just going to set the stage for you. Spoilers. It's this empty... Well, I mean, we hear what sounds like a sitcom track, or we hear people in a sitcom track talking about, just doing their dialogue or whatever. And then suddenly we see this completely empty, ravaged, destroyed sitcom set, and there's this kind of dead, comatose body on the ground. Okay, we're not sure if it's dead, but it's definitely unconscious and bloodied. And it almost looks like there's a shoe that's standing on its end. We're not quite sure. But everything is just destroyed. And we hear, someone's hiding in the corner and he's terrified. And then there's this monkey with blood dripping down its chin, and it's going all over and it's going all over. And the applause sign is just blinking creepily as this is happening. And then the monkey looks over, and we don't know who the monkey is looking at yet. We know later in the movie who it is, but at that point we think the monkey is looking at us. And goddamn, is that a fascinating opening image. That's one of the best opening images I've ever seen in a movie. The rest of the movie didn't live up to that image. Now, the rest of the movie is good. This is an alien invasion movie at the end of the day, and what happens is Daniel Kaluuya's character O.J. Haywood and his sister Emerald, played by Keke Palmer, they're trying to they notice strange things going on the farm, and it's not just the horses disappearing. I mean, they get some guy from some audiovisual place to add cameras to their farm. They notice that one of the clouds does not move over the course of days. I don't know if it's weeks even, but all the other clouds are moving in the sky in this kind of normal pattern as the Earth rotates. One cloud is eerily still. Again, you have to hand it to Jordan Peele, because I didn't know that clouds were scary until this movie showed me that they were. At the beginning of the movie, the family patriarch, or the father of the two main characters, he's mysteriously killed in this sort of beautifully shot, strange moment, and something hit him from the sky, but we're not sure what. And then we see this row of keys embedded in the wood, as keys were falling from the sky. Like, this movie has some truly beautiful, bizarre images, and I must stress, it is impeccably shot. I sound like I'm raving about it. I'm not, because while it's a beautifully shot, intriguing, weird movie that just drives home the fact that Jordan Peele, I've never seen Key and Peele, but it's bizarre, just for me, that this guy was known for comedy, although I've heard Key and Peele is hilarious, because he's just bringing out such atmospheric, weird, edgy horror. And this is absolutely, delivering on the sort of Twilight Zone brand that he's trying to cultivate here. By the end of the movie, again, I mentioned it's an alien invasion movie. There's some strange things going on in the farm. I mean, we've seen that kind of thing before with movies like Signs, and I think even A Quiet Place takes place in a farm. I forget, to be honest. I mean, there is a moment where the alien spaceship swoops up and then takes all these people at this sort of Western-themed carnival on the ship, and it's this really kind of disturbing image, because this is the first time we've really seen the spaceship fly in like that. But towards the end of the movie especially, we start to see the spaceship more and more and more, and it just loses its luster. I mean, it's that classic thing, you know, show, don't tell. I've never seen that driven home so emphatically as it was here, because when this movie is not showing a lot, it's not always, you know, terrifying, but it's eerie and weird, and it's just so beautifully shot and paced, especially at the beginning. You're so intrigued as to where it's going. And then the more we see the alien spaceship, the less intimidating it gets, and by the end I just didn't care as much, which is a shame. I did like this movie, but based on how it started and how it continued for a long stretch of the runtime, I wanted to love it. I don't quite get why. Maybe I just didn't follow this, but eventually the two Haywood siblings recruit not only their visual technician, but this famed Hollywood cinematographer, since they have all these Hollywood connections, to try and get the alien on film, or the alien spaceship on film. I'm willing to give the movie the benefit of the doubt that this is a me problem and not a this movie problem, but I didn't get why they were doing that. Why couldn't they just have left? I mean, yes, they want probably the rest of the people on Earth to be aware that there's an alien spaceship coming so they can be warned, but they're gonna believe it when they see it. I mean, and there's been a lot of credible alien sightings in real life, and that doesn't move the needle on the public consciousness actually thinking there's a real alien invasion. So, I mean, you need more proof than just a photo. I mean, I guess that's why they brought the Hollywood cinematographer in, but I just didn't care about that, and it felt like the movie was acting as if this was a very high-stakes third act, ramping up the tension thing, and at this point, the movie was kind of losing me, and which is a shame, because there's so much of this movie that's intriguing and weird and just so good that I wish the whole movie had lived up to that, and it did not. And do you remember that thing I told you about, the image of the monkey causing chaos on the sitcom set? Okay, so that is absolutely brought up again later, and it's expanded upon, and we find out who was hiding from the monkey. We feel like the monkey's looking at us at the beginning, but we find out who is actually hiding from the monkey. We see him as an adult, and then we even see the sort of the face of, I think the adult of the person we thought was dead, but I think she was just, her face was completely damaged. We see all this, but there's a difference between just referencing something again and actually paying it off. I don't get what the point of this was. It had nothing to do with the alien invasion plot. It was like, why introduce, was the monkey possessed by the alien? I didn't, that wasn't clear to me. Again, was this just a me problem? It's just, why did the movie introduce these things and then not pay them off? I mean, it referenced them, but the monkey plot had nothing to do with the main story. So what was the point of it? I've never been so enamored of and disappointed by a movie at the same time before, because as I was watching this, I just expected to rave about it. And then I just got bored. I wish I had liked it more. I just didn't. I did like it. I wanted to like it more. It really grabbed my attention at the beginning, and then at some point it just lost my attention. But it didn't lose my attention enough to not recommend the movie. I just wish I had liked it more. Check this movie out. Jordan Peele is a force to be reckoned with, but Get Out did a lot right, and this movie didn't quite do everything right, but it's still worth checking out. I will give this movie a 3 out of 4. I enjoyed it, but I was expecting to rave about it, and I just can't. Okay, so thank you so much for that, and please like and subscribe to the channel if you want more, and thank you so much for your time. Okay.